Hey, what's up everybody? Andrew from American Musical Supply here. Today I've got the Ferrofish B4000 Plus on deck. This is a module that's designed to recreate the sounds of a tone wheel organ. One of the cool things about the B4000 Plus is that it models a lot of the idiosyncrasies of an electromechanical tone wheel organ. What's even cooler is that it gives you access to those as parameters for you to be able to tweak your sound and dial it in exactly how you want. So to start out this video, we're just going to check out the actual organ tone of this module. And I have no effects on here, so there's no scanner vibrato, there's no key click, there's no overdrive, there's no Leslie simulation. This is just a straight organ sound. I'm going to pull out the drawbars, play one note, and pull out the drawbars one by one so you can hear that. Great, so I'm going to set up a really basic sound now. Just pull out these first four drawbars here. And we're going to get into editing some of the parameters now and tweaking our sound a little bit. So to do that, let's start off by pressing the sound button. And I have various options here for key click, crunch, drive, condition, leakage, and also tuning. So let's check some of these out. Key click is a pretty essential part of the tone wheel organ sound. So let's add in some key click. All right, bring it back a little bit. Okay, and now we can also adjust the condition of our organ. So let's check this out. That's pretty cool. Allows you to get a little crazy there if you want and see what it's like to have an organ that hasn't been serviced in 40 years. So let's move on now to another essential part of the tone wheel organ sound, which is leakage. Leakage is another kind of peculiar characteristic of a tone wheel organ, and you have control over that with the B4000 Plus. What leakage is essentially where you have harmonic content that's coming from other tone wheel sections of the organ. It's like a crosstalk leaking between those two sections, so it can impact your sound. So let's try this out with the leakage. So it definitely adds a bit certain fatness to the tone there. We have crunch for a little bit of grit and grind. You can hear the leakage there. The lower harmonics. And we have drive if you want to get your John Lord on. All right, we'll turn the drive all the way down, leave a little bit of crunch, and I'm going to pull the leakage back a little bit too. Great, so moving on. Percussion is another essential part of the tone wheel organ sound. To access that, we're going to click this button right here. So as you can see from the screen, I have controls to turn the percussion on or off. I do that by using encoder A up here. Then I also have control over the level, the harmonic, the attack, and the decay. So I can really kind of tweak my percussion how I want it to sound. So let's put it on and listen to it right now. Okay, I can change the level. Make it really loud if I want. Change the harmonic. And then I can also modify the attack and the decay. So this is really cool. I can soften it up if I want by turning the decay all the way down. Bring it back up. And then I have the decay as well for how long the percussion is going to be. So make it really short. Make it long. One cool thing to note about the percussion feature in the B4000 Plus is that it correctly models the behavior of a tone wheel organ. What I mean by that is, on a tone wheel organ, if you trigger a note, you're going to trigger the percussion if the percussion is on. Then if you're holding that note down and you trigger a second note, the percussion does not re-trigger. The percussion will not re-trigger until all notes have been released, and then you trigger another series of notes. Okay, so it's almost like that percussion is monophonic, not polyphonic, I guess you could say. So to demonstrate that, we'll hold a note down, and I'll trigger the percussion by holding a note down, and then I'll add some other notes to it. And you can see that percussion did not re-trigger. It will not re-trigger until I press it again. The B4000 Plus allows you to connect up to 2 MIDI controller keyboards and a pedal controller for a complete organ playing experience with full polyphony. There's also a split mode that allows you, if you're using one keyboard controller like I am here, where you can split the keyboard so that you have the upper manual on one section and the lower manual on the other. Now, if you're using a setup like this, or you're using multiple keyboards to control the different manuals, you want to be able to balance the different sections, the different manuals volume-wise of the module. And to do that, I'm going to press the tone button. And you can see that on the screen there, I have a level control using encoder A for the pedal, encoder B for the lower manual, encoder C for the upper manual. Then I also have an input control. The B4000 Plus allows me to send an external audio signal into this. It has an audio in on it, and I can process that signal through the audio effects in here, such as the Rotary Speaker, the overdrive, the reverb, that kind of thing. So you can adjust that using encoder D here. And then there's, on encoder E and F, there is just a general tone control, treble and bass for the output of the unit. Another critical part of a tone wheel organ emulation is the chorus scanner vibrato. And the B4000 Plus offers that. We can access that by pressing the FX button right here. You can see on the screen that I have options using encoder A and B to turn the vibrato on or off for the lower and the upper manual. And then encoder C allows me to select from 6 options there. 3 chorus options and 3 vibrato options, just like what you would find on one of the most notable and coveted tone wheel organs. So let's enable this for the upper manual, and let's listen to some of these. So right now it's set on the C3 chorus. Let's check that out. Well, actually, let me play the sound straight first. I'm going to enable the chorus. So let's switch through to chorus 2, C2, C1. A little more mellow. Let's check the vibrato out. V1, V2, and V3. Okay, I'm going to switch it over to C3 here. So as you can hear, that gives a little movement to your sound. There are 2 other effects available. We're going to cycle through using the effects button and check those out. We have reverb. Turn it on. And we have compression if you need that. A tone wheel organ is not complete without a rotary speaker, and the B4000 Plus offers a rotary emulation, which we'll access by pressing rotor. Okay, right now it's off. So that modulation that you're hearing in the sound is actually the C3 chorus from the chorus scanner vibrato. I can go ahead and turn that off. Jump back to rotary. All right, so let's check it out here. It's our straight organ sound. So to turn the rotor on, touch encoder A. Okay, that's on the slow setting. Now to speed that up, I can use the modulation wheel on the keyboard, or I could use encoder B. I'm going to use the modulation wheel for convenience sake. So there are plenty of parameters to tweak here with the rotary speaker effect. We can adjust the spread, we can adjust the balance, that would be between the virtual horn and the virtual rotor. Then we can also adjust the distance, which is the mic distance from the virtual mic to the virtual cabinet. So I can press the rotor button again and go over to page 2, where I can adjust parameters for the horn. I can adjust how slow or how fast I want it to spin, the acceleration rate, the brake rate, and then also the tone. And I can do the same by pressing the button again to go over to the bass rotor and adjust all those parameters. So I can really kind of get that interaction between the horn and the rotor as you would from a physical cabinet. So there's an in-depth overview of all the options that you have for sound customization when you're using the B4000 Plus. It's a great unit, very affordable, so head on over to AmericanMusical.com and check it out.